Hey friends, I am back with this super pretty Vampire Academy by Richelle Mead book. This is so pretty. She signed it twice. And she's got a few written notes throughout the book, just about what she was like thinking when she was writing this. Let's see, I may read book 2 on live, I'm not really sure. But, oh, and at the end of this book, there are bonus scenes that we never really got in the first set of books. So that is super exciting because this is the 10th anniversary of this series and it's so pretty. They outdid themselves, like, oh my gosh. Anyway, so this book is about 2 vampires. One is, there's kind of 3 different types of vampires in this book world. The Moroi, who are kind of the royalty of the vampire world, and they are kind of the weaker of the 3 sets of, like, they're stronger than humans, but that's about it. Then you have the Dampiers. I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing any of these correctly, so sorry, Richelle, if I'm not. This is just how I pronounce them in my head. The Dampiers they grow up to train to become the guardians of the Moroi, because you have the Strigoi, who are the bad guys. They make vampires look like bad guys, and they are essentially Moroi who intentionally unalive somebody, and that is a problem. Strigoi only, they can survive on other substances from other beings, but they mainly go for the Moroi because that substance is the sweetest to them. So they will literally unalive somebody for it. So the Dampiers are super, super important because they have to keep the royalty alive. Enter this world these 2 teenage girls who have been best friends since kindergarten, I'm just saying. And you have Lissa, who is Vasilissa Dragomir, and she is the vampire princess of the Dragomir line, and she recently lost her entire family. So she was the youngest out of the siblings, so she wasn't really in line to do anything, but because that was her brother's job, her brother was going to take over the Dragomir lineage name and whatever. Lissa has been just thrown into this royalty life, and that she struggles a lot with it. She also is struggling because most Moroi specialize in an element, and Liz really hasn't specialized in anything. I mean, you have wind or air, you have earth, you have fire, and you have water, and she is beyond great in all 4 of those, like impressively beyond great, like almost surpassing the teachers of these elements, great in these elements. But there's not one that stands out that says, hey, that's a specialty thing. So she struggles with that because she is one of very, 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 very few who have not specialized, and the ones that we know of that never specialize end up going insane. So that's a problem. And then we have Rose. Rose is a different kind of vampire. This is the royal Moroi, and Rose is a damper. And dampers are the guardians of the Moroi because the Moroi are very, very special and essentially royal. And yeah, they need protecting because they're stronger than humans, but not by much, and that's all they're stronger than. So they need the dampers to protect them from the Strigoi. And the Strigoi are essentially the evil vampires, or the bad vampires that will unalive for Moroi substance. Strigoi, how you turn Strigoi is you unalive one, either against your will or willingly. Yeah, it's either by accident or it's willing. And there are characters mentioned in this book who turned willingly. That's a problem. So their son, because it is a couple that turned, their son is teased endlessly and then kind of forgotten about and ignored. So that's who Liz decides that she wants to befriend and kind of start to have feelings for. Which wouldn't be an issue, but back when Lissa lost her entire family, she saved Rose, her best friend Rose, in that incident, and that formed a bond between the 2 that nobody really understands because they don't know. Liz hasn't specialized in anything, and she has these extra powers that no one really knows about, but but Rose, and Lissa and Rose don't understand what is going on. All Rose knows is she has to protect Lissa at all costs, and all Lissa knows is she has these powers that she doesn't understand, and no one else can help her, so that's a problem. I love this series so much. I definitely recommend picking up this book. If you want this book in particular, this is the 10th anniversary version with special scenes in the back and kind of like notes throughout about what the author was thinking. And yeah, I am kind of dreading book 2 because there is one part that makes me hate book 2, and we'll talk about that later. But book 3 is amazing, so I have to continue this series. I'm so excited. I'm actually kind of excited to read about why book 2 happened. That'll make sense later. So pick it up, but read it. It is The Vampire Academy by Richelle Mead. And yeah, until next time, guys.